Alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. It is your man D Real coming at you with another Be Real with D Real, where edutainment is what I do, and edutainment explains it. But edutainment cannot explain the unexplainable. And I'm just going to leave it at that. We'll have a political adjacent video later on this week. Right now, I know y'all are too broken and busted up to even begin discussing this. So I decided I was going to go in a different direction tonight, and I'm going to take y'all on a journey through this book right here. This is Batman Full Moon, book number 1. The art is by Steven Subic, and he does a pretty good job with it. And the writer is Rodney Barnes. Yes, that Rodney Barnes, the same Rodney Barnes that does Philadelphia. Let's see how we fare with this one. Basically, the story of Philadelphia is Batman meets a werewolf. But there's a little more going on with the story than just lycanthropy. So let's do what we need to do so we can do what we want to do. Comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D Real page so that when the material comes out, you get it. If you digging what a brother shovel, put some dirt in my bucket. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Because edutainment is what I do. And today, class, we will be edutaining on Batman Full Moon, book 1. Now, let me just say, y'all know I ain't crazy about Batman. But as I said, art by Steven Subic, written by Rodney Barnes. So it is laid out as a horror story. Is what we're going to assume. So there are a lot of things going on in this story that aren't Prime Earth stuff or events or sequence, just a wee bit differently. Give you that spooky, scary, creepy, spooky, scary. And let's go ahead and kick the story off. And what we kicking the story off with, of course, the Gotham Industrial District, where there seems to be some kind of experiment going on. They are trying to help this man, I am going to assume, but all he speaks about is pain that he feels, pain that is the core of what he is. And so he has to lash out. He doesn't hate people. The animal inside of him hates people, and it wants to tear and kill and eviscerate. And as we can see, he is transformed into a lycanthrope, and he is ripping the scientists apart in a scene that is very reminiscent to me of the 2010 movie The Wolfman with Benicio del Toro and Anthony Hopkins. Ooh, it's almost bedtime. Anyway, we're doing this spooky video at night. Anywho, flash to downtown Gotham, and Batman is communicating with Zatanna. And the way he is communicating with Zatanna, it sounds like they are having relationship problems. Batman and Zatanna, at least in this continuity, at least this version of them are in a relationship, a romantic relationship, because she's complaining about the nature of their relationship. You know what I'm saying? So that's how that goes. Meanwhile, Batman is casually taking out some crooks. Now that everybody's laid out and finished off, him and Zatanna are going to get together and have a date sometime in the near future. It'll probably happen in this comic. Let's get a close-up of Zatanna. That's what Zatanna's looking like. That's what Zatanna's rocking. Zatanna is... she looks alternative. She looks very alternative. And if she's homo magi, there's no problem with her being that way. Meanwhile, werewolf continues to rip scientists apart. There goes one's arm, there goes her head. He has to kill. The beast within him bids him to do so. Somebody tries to shoot him. I don't know why they would do that. When they see it didn't work, they decided they were going to run. But by the time they decided they were going to run, it was much too late. This werewolf ain't got no problem ripping people up because it's actually what werewolves do. And much later, here's Commissioner Gordon on the scene, and Batman pulls up on the scene, and they see this person ripped apart. And once again, we have in that Commissioner Gordon Batman kind of rhetoric. Oh, what happened here, Batman? Or these people get cut by a knife, and he's telling, oh, the tendons is ripped apart. These people have been ripped apart. Nothing Batman can't get used to, but Commissioner Gordon's getting the call. And the call Commissioner Gordon's getting is his boys got somebody cornered in Kane Park. As always, Batman's on it. He just disappears, takes off. Doing the Batman thing. Pulls up on the scene. What's going on the scene? A lot of SWAT getting they comeuppance. But here come Batman onto the scene. I'll deal with this werewolf, boys. Don't even trip. How does the werewolf respond to Batman pulling up? He throws a torso at him. And Batman, in response, throws grenades of some sort that seem to irritate the wolf, but not hurt it. And it, I wouldn't say so much runs away as it does retreat. And it's a strategic retreat at that. Batman, in supreme confidence, follows this creature, irritates it with more grenades, and he decides to rip the Nikes out of Batman. Batman's not ready. Those 127 martial arts he's mastered aren't helping him right now. And it don't seem like none of his gadgets he's got are helping him either. Poor Batman. What is he going to do? Fall down and take it? No, he's got one more grenade. And he throws it dead in his face, enough to blind him, and enough for him to get away. So, in true Batman fashion, he meets a new enemy and takes an L. So far, this is turning out in true Batman fashion. Meanwhile, at the Batcave, Batman is finding out, the cells of one of those bodies contain strains of lichen DNA. So, this wolf bear, as Bruce refers to it, destroyed a lot of sophisticated laboratory equipment and killed a lot of people. Okay, we know that. So, Batman's at it again. He's hurt, he's cut up, but he's still ready to go back out there like he always does. Crazy, brave, probably a little bit of both. And there he is, examining the area where the damage was done. Gotham Pharmaceuticals is what this place was. And he's rolled up on by none other than Kirk Langstrom. So now you see why it's werewolves and bats. I wasn't saying werewolves and bats like werewolves and bats. Like, hey, Batsy. No, werewolves and bats. Plural. Stick with me. Kirk Langstrom seems to know all about what's going on, and that it's a man who was turned into a werewolf. Special Forces in Romania. The man's name is Christian Talbot. That is the identity of the werewolf, according to this story at this point. Christian Talbot. Like Lawrence Talbot? Okay, Rodney, I see what you're doing there. The lichen, of course, bites Talbot, and Talbot heals quickly, but he has the mark on his palm, a pentagram, and he turns into a wolf when the moon is full, like he did with his family, and tore them apart. So now, what are we gonna do about this werewolf? Is that what's happening? Are Langstrom and Batman teaming up to try to get at him? That would be kind of fun to see. Meanwhile, Christian Talbot wakes up naked in an alley. As most werewolves do, they're tortured souls, poor tortured souls that have no control over their lives. Fortunately for him, this young man and this old lady have found a place to take him to where he gets some clothes and he can get something to eat. Sister Week's place. So that's where they're going to go because they're in the Gotham bottoms. Not a good place to be if you're not a werewolf. Meanwhile, Bruce Wayne and Zatanna are having lunch or breakfast or dinner or something. And Bruce Wayne is trying to explain werewolves with science, which is stupid. No offense, Rodney. Which is stupid. And I guess that's what you were going for. You can believe and date a woman who literally does magic. But you can't believe that there is no scientific explanation for lycanthropy. You hang out with folks like Wonder Woman and Zatanna and Dr. Fate, but you don't want to believe in magic. Okay. Gotcha. And John Constantine pulls up. John Constantine, at this point, is Zatanna's ex. And Batman don't like that. So why does he pull up? To let him know what he got to deal with. We need Batman. We need your connections with Batman. How you know I got connections with Batman? I know what happened at Wayne Pharmaceuticals, and Gotham's little werewolf problem is about to get worse. I don't know what you're talking about. Your type rarely does. Standing on those stacks of cash makes it tough to see what's happening on the ground. I don't think John Constantine and Bruce Wayne in this particular continuity get along very well. Anywho, Mr. Talbot's at church, hanging out until the moon comes out. And then he transforms. And look, someone bat-shaped is jumping through the window. It's Man-Bat. See, told you there was going to be other bats. But here, Man-Bat gets took out easy. This werewolf made him light work and is getting ready to end him. Until the real Bats comes in, tackles the werewolf. The werewolf grabs Batman and takes a nice bite out of him. Chomp. To be continued. To be continued? Wow. Okay. So if this is real continuity and that's a real werewolf, then that means we getting ready to get something like when Batman turned into a vampire. We're gonna have Bat werewolf. Well, I'm not sure what Rodney Barnes has in store for the next couple of issues, but most of the stuff I've read by Rodney Barnes, heck, pretty much everything I've read by Rodney Barnes, I've enjoyed. So I'm not worried. Y'all gonna come along for the ride? Let me know. in the comments. That's it for now, y'all. But fret not, I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, yeah, y'all be good. Be good to each other, especially in this current political climate.